start on AMG. Today I'm going to talk about, well, I'm on my way to the gym, so I thought this would be a perfect time to go ahead and tell you guys about how I got into fitness. The whole point of this video and like this whole series, at least I'm going to start off with fitness, is, you know, how to get into it, what to expect, misconceptions, and how to get the most out of what you're looking for. So without further ado, engines warmed up, let's get on the road. I would let the windows down, but wind noise, and it's a little bit cold today, so I'm gonna keep the windows up. So I think the first thing to start off with, whenever you're going to talk about getting into working out, you always need to make sure you have a goal set in mind for yourself. It's really for anything in life, but you know, especially for fitness, because there's a bunch of different ways to approach going to the gym, different workouts to do, dieting, that kind of stuff, what you're supposed to eat. It all comes down to what you're actually trying to get out of it. So obviously, you know, if you're in it for a specific sport, let's say you're trying to get, you know, better at swimming, better at track, better at football, something like that, your workouts are going to be obviously tailored for you to perform the best in those events. Now, I think the majority of people who aren't like professional athletes, so we're going to go ahead and set off to the wayside. And me personally, I'm not in a position to go ahead and like talk about how to train as like a professional athlete for different roles, because I never like reached that level nor really wanted to. So for those people, you know, go out, find your trainers, look up workouts specifically for you, and then that would be a great place to start. For the majority of people, though, they fit in two categories. They either just want to get healthier, they want to lose weight, or they want to make their physique more attractive. You know, for guys, they want to, you know, slim down, get that six-pack, broad shoulders, chest popping, all that other kind of stuff, big arms. Girls, you know, want to have a nice curvy figure, I guess. So that's really what I'm going to be focusing on in this video, and I think if you have those things in mind as your goal, then my advice is actually really going to help you. So let's go ahead and start up on how I actually got into fitness. Well, we have to go back to 2020. That's when everything kind of went to crap. Obviously, that's when COVID started. I was actually in my junior year of college, going into my senior year that fall. So over the summer, I worked back home. I was back home for the fall semester because we had to do everything remote. So for those first few weeks, I was like, well, I just don't want to, you know, be in the house all day. I need to find a way to get out of the house and like, so I don't go insane. Over the summer, I worked at an aquatic facility, and like an athletic center as like a lifeguard and like pool manager. So I was able to talk to my advisor, one of the advisors at the place, and I was able to get like a really good discounted price on a gym membership. And this athletic center had everything. It had a pool, spa, hot tub, indoor running track, weight room, bikes, like basketball court, all that kind of good stuff. So I only paid like $15 a month, which is like a really good deal for all that. They also had like showers and that kind of thing. So it was a completely like decked out, really nice facility to go to. So I had a good price, and I was like, you know, I might as well just go here every day because I don't want to stay in the house waiting for classes to start and that kind of thing. So in my free time, I just went to the gym. And I think that's one of the biggest things after you figure out what your goal is. And let's just say you want to get in better shape, get a better physique. You have to make sure you go consistently. You're not going to be able to go once or twice in a month and think that it's going to be able to change, you know, your body, because, you know, it's little baby steps. Around month 4, month 5, I started feeling stronger. Month 6, I started seeing myself get physically stronger. I'm about a year and a half in now, so take that for what you will. But yeah, you're gonna have to keep going consistently, and know that, you know, it's gonna take a million steps, but a million starts with one, and you know, you have to go day after day. So from that standpoint, I personally have also the opinion that you should go and do full body workouts when you first start at the gym. Doing, you know, specific sets, that's definitely, you know, cool and everything, but I think that's really only for people that really know what they're doing in the gym. So for example, now I'm about to go and do leg day today, which is gonna suck. But I'll go do leg day for about an hour 15 minutes, then I'll be good to go. I think for the average person though, they should go and stay for at least an hour 30 to 2 hours, and then get their entire body, you know, worked out for that single day. Drivers here are absolutely insane. But yeah, go for an hour 30 to 2 hours, do a full body workout, you'll be good to go. And I say that because, especially starting off, I think that for most people, scheduling is one of the biggest issues. Now, for me personally, during the pandemic, like, I was at home all the time, just doing schoolwork. I wasn't working or anything since I was still a senior in undergrad. So I had a lot of free time on my hands. So me going up the street to the gym was not a big issue. Now that things are starting to open up again, people are starting to go out on a regular basis and have their schedules and whatnot. Finding time to go to the gym might be a little bit challenging, especially if you commute quite a bit, you're stuck in rush hour, fitting in an hour here and there, especially if it's out of your way. Gas prices are through the roof now. It can be challenging to try to go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week, starting off. So I think it's better to go for 2 hours, 2 times a week. I think that's a really good way to start off. 2 hours at the gym, 2 times a week. You'll get a good workout in, work out everything. You'll be good to go. I would say you go Tuesdays, Thursdays, have the rest of your time off to recover in between, and you do your full body workout. Go hard on everything. You'll be good. Next thing I'm gonna say, and this is personally just kind of a personal preference. Don't start with barbell bench pressing. That's the biggest mistake, especially for guys to do, is they'll just start bench pressing, because that's they see as the gold standard of I'm in shape if I can bench press a certain amount of weight. So I remember when I first started working out, that's exactly what I did. Every time, even before I started this, when I would go out work with my friends, we would just hit the bench press, because that's what we're supposed to do. Guys are supposed to bench press. Biggest mistake you can do, especially if you've never done it before. Bench pressing is all about technique. Yes, it has to do with strength, but it's more so if you're not sitting on the bench right, if you're not holding the bar in the right position. It's gonna feel awkward. It's not gonna do anything, and you're gonna struggle with weight that you really shouldn't be struggling with. You should be a lot stronger. So, just a funny story. When I first started working out, I've been in the weight room before. At that point, maybe it's been about a year since I was last in the weight room. But since I played sports growing up, especially in high school, I was familiar with what to do in a weight room. So I wasn't walking completely blind. So I went to the bench press, right? Put 2 plates on each side, or a plate on each side. So that's 135 pounds total. Did 5 or 6 reps, and then I got tired, so I was I'll hang it up. I tried lifting it off again. I lowered the bar for my second set. When I tell you my arms locked up and I could not move them, I could not move my arms. It was the scariest thing. I'm about to die. Thankfully, this is the embarrassing part. An older lady actually kind of helped me get the bar off me. She helped me. I was okay, I am never getting help from an elderly woman again in the gym. So let me just set off barbell bench pressing for a minute and do something else. Fun fact, or just a little side note on this: if you really want to get into that sort of push, work out your chest and whatnot, dumbbell bench pressing or dumbbell presses is much more advantageous, especially starting off. That's going to build glute muscle, and a lot of people say it's a more efficient way to build your chest anyways. I personally think starting with legs is the best way to go out about your workouts. Now, like I said, you should still do full body, but start off, it's the first thing you ever do squats. Squat with the bar or do deadlifts. I personally think squats are better. I don't like deadlifts, but you can make your decision yourself. Squats, deadlift, leg press machine, those are the golden rule for me on leg days. I do all 3 of those, or at least I'll cycle out between those, when I do leg day. I'll probably try to do all 3 of them today. But yeah, do those. That's my personal favorite. It works out pretty much all 3 of them work out pretty much your entire lower body all in one get-go. So why I say you should do legs first is because it takes the most out of you, and you'll get used to the soreness faster if you consistently hit your legs at the beginning of every workout. Soreness and leg day is it feels like nothing else, because you use your legs so much. It's other than your back, your biggest muscle group in your body. So you want to be able to get used to what it feels like to be sore. And yeah, your arms will feel sore, your chest can feel sore and whatnot. But feeling soreness in your legs is a different animal. There'll be days you won't be able to roll out of bed if you're doing proper leg days and all that kind of good stuff. So if you get used to that faster, the better off you're gonna be, because you're gonna be used to feeling what it's like working out through pain, but also you're just going day to day through pain. That's just my personal preference. But yeah, still do your full body workouts. I'll get into warm-ups in a separate video, but doing proper warm-ups I think is also really good, whether it's calisthenic stretching, deep stretching, a little bit of cardio, isometrics, where it's like planks, holding different positions to target different muscle groups. But that warrants a different video on its own. Those are my things I personally think would be beneficial. So I'm gonna end the video off with just some common misconceptions that people have when they start going to the gym. So I think the biggest misconception that people will have when they go to the gym is that other people there are gonna judge you for being out of shape. That's furthest from the truth, at least in my experience. Maybe it's because I go to like halfway decent gyms. I've never been to like a Planet Fitness. I don't like going to the mega gyms because that's when you kind of get the weird people, the strange people. But if you go to smaller gyms, especially like more enthusiast grade gyms like the one I go to, because like I said, the gym I go to down here in Tampa is like all, a lot of bodybuilders go there. The crazy part is like, it's a hobby for them. So the same way you'll have like nerd conventions for whatever, you could have people like come together and nerd out on computers, gaming, cars, whatever it might be. It's the same thing for people that go to the gym. They just nerd out on going to the gym. A lot of the people that go there are really friendly. And if they're not friendly, they might not appear friendly because you're like, oh, they're big and brawny and strong and lifting all these weights. Some of the nicest people I've ever met go to the gym. So get that out of your mind. They personally don't care. And in all honesty, if you ask them, for help, they're more than willing to help you because, like I said, this is a hobby for them. Talking about, how to use different machines, they get a joy out of it. It makes people happy. It's just a bunch of nerds and they like doing what they like to do. So they're nerding out on going to the gym. If you think of it that way, I think you'll realize that people aren't there to judge you. Obviously, you're going to get bad apples in any community, so expect that. But for the most part, you should be fine. Don't worry about being out of shape. Now, don't worry about asking questions. Most people, if you go to a good gym, are going to be willing to help you. The next biggest misconception is that cardio equals weight loss. It does not. It most certainly does not. You don't need to do a bunch of cardio to lose a lot of weight. It all really comes down to your caloric intake and like how much calories you're burning. You'll burn calories, by working out normally. So I honestly think weight management, that has a lot more to do with your dieting than it does with, just sitting on the treadmill for the whole day. Because if you're burning off, 1,000 calories on the treadmill, but you're eating like over 3,000 calories, then, you're not really doing anything at that point. It's still a net gain over this course of the day. There's a lot more science that goes into it, but I'll make that, again, I don't want to make this video too long, so just realize you staying on the treadmill for, walking for 8 miles, it's good. It'll help your blood get moving, it'll circulate your blood, it'll refresh your blood, allow nutrients to get to your body better, but it doesn't mean that you're going to lose a bunch of weight, so get that out of your mind. Also, another really big thing when you're working out, slow reps, lower weights is always going to be better than heavy weights and fast reps. Slow down your reps. You shouldn't be going really fast. I still have to make that conscious decision because I like pumping through things because it makes me feel cool, like, oh, I can lift this no problem. If you slow down and like actually slow down your movements, it targets your muscles so much more. So that's personally what I do. I like to actually kind of like, I'll hit heavy weights and then I'll superset a lower weight. I do a superset for something that's a little bit slower, I keep my technique, keep my form slowed down, and I'll just target your muscle groups in different ways. So the last tip I'm going to leave with you guys is very simple. Know your body. A lot of the advice that people give, they think that it's universal. It really isn't. See, a lot of people will tell you, oh, you need to meal prep, you need to diet, you need to do this, that, and the other. You need to do these workouts to see the best performance. Everyone's body is different. So for me personally, I can eat like a bunch of junk food, at least for this time being. I can eat junk food on a semi-regular basis. I'll eat junk food every so often. Probably more than like what the average enthusiast would say, but like for my body, it's fairly easy for me because of my metabolism to like still stay toned throughout my entire body. It doesn't really affect my workouts that much. I also have self-discipline, so don't get me wrong, I still do eat my vegetables. I pretty much only drink milk and water at this point. I'll throw in like a couple energy drinks like hydration, whatever that food is, like Gatorade here and there, but mostly it's just milk and water. That's all I drink. So it's not like I don't eat healthy, which I do, but it's like taking it to the nth extreme doesn't necessarily apply to everyone. Now, some people, they need to cut out certain things in their diet because they don't have the self-discipline to not eat it, and they're at a point in their life where their metabolism just can't keep up. Everyone's going to reach that point where they just can't. It's like eating a couple donuts here and there is going to, you're going to gain weight instantly. You're just going to bloat up. So that applies for a lot of people, but you just got to know your body. If you have like bad knees or like back problems or other things like that, maybe doing lifting heavy on your lower body isn't the best option for you, and that's fine. People might criticize you for you need to work out this more, you need to work out that more. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, don't make anyone make you do it. Because the basic workouts that you do, like push-ups, sit-ups, squats, that's going to be good enough for the majority of people. Just getting through the motions of working out is you've already won at that point, right? Everything else on top of that, the physique, the PRs, all that other kind of stuff, that's extra. You've already won the battle if you've gone to the gym. If you think of it that way, you're going to be much better off. So those are my tips. I'm at the gym right now, so hopefully I'll be able to get a good workout in. As far as the AMG news of the day, I didn't really find an article for this one, but studies show that 9 out of every 10 AMG owners are suffering right now because gas prices are through the roof. My car, the CL65, is getting like around 10 miles to the gallon, give or take, which is absolutely terrible. And like gas prices here, I think it's paid like $4.85 around there for like premium, which is insane. Because you got to get premium in an AMG, or else I guess you could get normal, but you probably shouldn't. It's not going to run properly. So, but yeah, we're struggling, man. So that's your news for the day. Just something you're gonna have to keep in mind if you want to get into AMG. So yeah, I'm gonna go get this workout in, but I'll see you guys in the next one.